Hello and welcome to ACS Golf. Today's video is about the Yes putters. Now, this is a brand that I've wanted to get my hands on for ages. A little bit of info about the brand. It started in 2001, went bankrupt in 2010 and was bought by Adams Golf. Now, if you haven't heard of Adams Golf before, Adams Golf was very big at that time with hybrids and a few other clubs. And then Adams Golf in 2012 got bought by TaylorMade. And what TaylorMade did is took all the technology they wanted from Adams Golf and then stopped. So Yes Putters actually stopped after 2012. Now, these putters, yes, are about, well, over 10 years old now, a lot of them. But the way the putters are, I know numerous people who use putters from the, early 2000s. The technology advance in a putter is, they do change and a lot of things come out with new quirky ways to make putting easier and better. But in the end of the day, there's not much you can do with it. So you can have a great performance with a brand new putter from 2023, or you can have great performance with a putter from the early 2000s. It depends what works for you. Now, the reason I really wanted to have a look at Yes, because on the second-hand market, these putters are going for under £50. So really, that's a bargain. If you're looking at majority of modern day putters, newer putters, second-hand, if you're looking at Scotty Cameron, for example, second-hand, you're looking over 200 quid, even if it's an old version. Same for Bettinardi, maybe a bit less. If you're looking for TaylorMade Spiders, etc., again, you're looking for over 100 quid. So it's a great option in the second-hand market. And so that's the reason I want to get my hands on one to test, to see if it is, or if they should be avoided. Now, over the years from 2001, Yes actually had over 100 people on tour using their putters. So it makes you think straight away, something must be going on right with them. They must be doing well for that to happen. Now, the putter I've got hold of was actually a Christmas present from my wife. So it is a Yes Seagroove Hannah. And the reason for that is my wife's name is Hannah. So there you go. And then you have the Seagroove on the face there. And I think first things first, let's just have a quick look closer at the putter. So here we are for a closer look at the putter. I would do this outside, but it's currently raining, so I'm indoors. So there's the center shaft there. You got the Seagroove milling there, which I think is really great. Look at the bottom of it. There you go. Seagroove, yes. US patent, which I had in 2015. Hannah, which is the model. Look down on the top of it. Look at that. Massive sight line there. It really does help with alignment, which is always appreciated. Also, it's a mallet shape, so it is more forgiving than your normal blades. A nice little detail in there with the Yes sign as well, which I really did like their logo. So there's a look at the putter. Now, with all the videos, what I'll do is I will take this out on the course, give it a test, and then after that footage, I will tell you if it's firstly going to go in my bag or if I'm going to suggest it for you guys to buy. Just because it's not in my bag doesn't mean that it's not a good club and you guys should be looking out for it. So a little bit about this particular model. It's center shaft, as you saw from the close-up. Mini mallet, you'd say, with I'll bring it closer to the camera there, massive sight line going out the back, which really does help up with alignment. Again, the Seagrooves in the middle. Now, what you'll notice with these Seagrooves, actually, if I just put the putter down, is they had a patent for this that ran out in 2015. Now, another brand has actually picked up this grooving, and it's Bettinardi, and this is the putter that I currently use. I will never remember the name of it, the SS23 slot back. If I bring that right up to the camera, right, there you go. You can see there, the slots there, the same sort of milling in the front there, where you have those sort of lines, a bit like the grooves, you have the grooves. And Bettinardi use it. And to be honest, this putter's in my bag and I absolutely love it. So that technology, even though Yes isn't going anymore, is actually still continuing. So that just shows a sign of how good they are. Now, it's also, if I just read a little bit more about it, it's supposed to have a unique face balance design as well to obviously keep the putter stable in the motion. So shaft is good. Obviously, grips, very noticeable yes. I mean, you will find it hard to forget a yes grip at the moment because obviously they are nearly 10 years old, so I can imagine most have been replaced. And the head cover, if you can, again, manage to get one with the head cover. It's not the end of the world. When it comes down to you actually putting, these things are just slight little things. What I will say about the yes is this. It's magnetic, which I think is just great. So anyway, before we get down to Hersham, one quick thing that I'm going to quickly say. This channel's been going since August. We've had over 400 hours of viewing, which is fantastic. Thanks everyone for their support. But only 3.5% of those people with the viewing hours is actually subscribed to the channel. So if you are enjoying this video, if you're enjoying the whole series about secondhand clubs and the odd new one, please do subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Now, let's get down to Hersham and let's see how this performs on the course. So here I am down at Hersham in Surrey on actually a surprisingly nice sunny day, but the wind was howling. So if you're watching some of these videos, you might hear the wind in the background. There you go, just me showing you the putter there. Now, one thing I will say about this putter, let's go straight into it. The feel of it. Thought it felt really nice, didn't feel like a brick. I wouldn't say it felt like the softest thing I've ever hit, but generally it felt good, which probably might come down to those C grooves they've got in the middle of the club, which obviously Burton Hardy, my clubs that I use at the moment, use, because the technology actually, the patent for it stopped in 2015, so other putters could use it, which they have done now. So the feel was good, but keeping on that sort of thought line, it felt quite dead off the face. Now, the Burton Hardy that I use at the moment, it's a weird way to describe a putter, but felt very explosive off the face, while hitting this really sort of felt dead. It felt that even though I brought the club back quite far, it still came up quite short. And then what I do is I bring it back even further, and then I just knock it miles past the hole. So I did struggle to get that alignment. I think that's more down to me, not really. I'm not used to that sort of. It's more of a finesse putter, I'd say. So for someone who's really good at distance control, I think it's ideal for them. For me, well, I'm actually quite a bit of a swing and a hit. It's just too finesse for me. I'd struggle with the distance. Now, another thing though that I did like about it as well was, even though I don't think it's possibly correct for me, was the fact it's a centre shaft. It's the first ever centre shaft putter I've used actually, so it's quite nice to have that ball straight away at the bottom of the shaft. With that and the alignment aid, which is a very long alignment aid. I've already shown you the shape of the putter, so being a sort of small mallet, it really does help with aligning that ball up to the hole. But for me, again, I'll go into more details later, but never using a centre shaft, I would say I did struggle with it. Looking down on it, big mallet putter, well, small mallet putter, sorry, looks forgiving. So yeah, what can you say about that? It does exactly what it should say. It does exactly what it says on the tin, so that was fine. Shaft fine. Grip, I would say the grip was fine. It is an old grip. I mean, this model came out in 2012, so I'd probably need to put a new grip on it. Also, I do like a bigger grip on it. However, the issue is changing your grips on your putters. Just be aware is that by changing your grip, it actually does affect the balance of it. And that's one thing I would say about this putter. I thought the balance of it was excellent. It was a very well balanced putter, which obviously with your putting strokes and everything like that really does help. So there you go, took it out Hersham, putted 33 times. Not necessarily the worst. I'm normally around sort of that ball mark. Anything under 36 I'm happy with, but I will say I did miss some putts I would feel like I got with my Burton Hardy on the day. However, I mean, that's just using a new putter, isn't it? Necessarily, I wouldn't say that's a putter's fault. That's just a complete different style for my Burton Hardy, me just not really getting it aligned right. So after that, let's get back into the studio and I'll discuss, firstly, if I think the club is right for me, and secondly, if I think you guys should be looking out for it in the second-hand market. So there you go from Hersham. Now, straight into, will it go into my bag? Now, For me, I didn't quite get on with it. For a few reasons really. Number one, I'm not used to the center shaft there. I think it's a great idea because you really do have the ball right in the middle of the club, so it really does help with alignment. But I'm not used to it, and I don't think my stroke really helps that. I felt like a few actually came off here, off the toe. Um, Again, if I was going to put it in the bag, I'd have to change the grip. Very small grip. I prefer chunky. Um, and honestly, I'm getting on so well with my Bertinardi at the moment. I'd be a fool to take it out for anything. Unless this was one putting everything from about 30 feet, I wouldn't take my Bertinardi out of the bag. So is it a putter for me? No, it won't be going in my bag. But now going into the fact, is it worth looking for it in the second-hand market? 100%. I mean, you've got numerous models out there for under 50 quid over here in the UK, and I believe same in the US for roughly the same sort of money in dollars. And it's definitely worth a look at. There's so many different shapes. I mean, obviously I've got the Hannah here. There's a Carly. There's a Stacy out there. They've got blades. They've got bigger mallets. There's not centered shafts. There's so many different options there, all with the C grooves face there. So I really think that if you're in the market for a new putter, do have a look for Yes. Even if you don't like it and you go, all right, no, this isn't the club for me. With the feel of it, the looks of them, I think they look good as well. It's worth it. And then because they're right at the bottom of sort of the market price for them already, if you don't like it, you try it, doesn't help you. Next thing you know, you're three-parting everything. Then you can just sell it on eBay again, second-hand stores, etc., for the same price, and you're not making a loss. Maybe you lose maybe £5 or £10 just to give it a go, which isn't the end of the world. So yes. Overall conclusion: 100%. If you're looking in the second-hand market at the moment for a brand new, not brand new, but for a second-hand, really decent putter, then please do look at Yes. Absolutely bargain in my mind for what they are and what's out there. So there you go. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. Let me know if you do already play with a Yes putter, or if you have played with a Yes putter over the years in the comments. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.